Hello, hello, everybody, all of you, everyone, um, everyone. Famous scene from a famous movie by a famous actor who I think is entertaining. Sunshine Sugar Bear. Hi, how you doing? I missed a couple days or a day on saying hello. Too much sitting down, maybe. Yeah. So I titled this one IRL, and then the subtitle IRT, but then there's also IRS. It's Monday, February 3rd, 7:25 a.m. in the year 2025. Just want to dance. Me too. Gosh. I mean, life is a dance. So I dance every day. But yeah, I just want to listen to music. I put my headphones on the other day. Boom. It was great. So IRL, in real life. This real life, not this real life. Valentine's Day soon. Yeah, of course. It's my father. I'm responding to Sunshine Sugar Bear, who's in the chat. I'm trying to figure out my own way. There is only one way, your own way. So in real life, and I put IRT, so in real time, and then IRS, in real space, because all we have is time and space, right? As a human experiencer, I'm here in this time, in this space, and it's limited. So I know my human experience is limited, but my forever experience will go on. So I feel pretty good. And I'm not bad for an old bloke. Did a lot of stuff yesterday, loads of stuff. Machinations, lots of driving, helping one of my daughters, helping my ex-wife. Well, not ex-wife. We're estranged. It's just running around. And during that time, it gave me freedom to speak to my inner child. It was interesting because my inner child is still running wild. And I think that's a good thing. Okay. I'm trying to figure out my own way. Congratulations on your baby. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. My baby steps towards the future. Is that what you mean? I don't know. Gosh, do you feel young? Yeah. I mean, it's still. I mean, there are days when my body aches because it's 68 years old and I've beaten it up a few times. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. But yeah, feel good, feel strong, fit, trying to stay fit, active in here and active out there. Yeah, pretty good. And I live in Los Angeles, which is a very tiny little town. It's like a dot on the map. And then you focus in on it, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it kind of engulfs you, and then you get swallowed up by it. But it's okay. It's all good. I mean, there are certain points. I think the widest point, Los Angeles, is 75 miles. I mean, it's crazy to think of a city being 75 miles across at some point, or whatever. But I think it's a moving object. That's just because it does this expanse thing, whatever. I've got to finish my temple tattoo now. Got to go. Peace, Nigel. Peace to you, Sunshine Sugar Bear. You can always contact me individually or directly. You'll find my number if you want to, and I'd like to talk to you because I don't know who you are. But that's good. Finish my temple tattoo. Yeah, you haven't. Temple tattoo. Is it on your temple or is it in the temple? Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. We all have them. Oi, oi, oi. Third eye. Third uncle. That's a good song, actually. Brian Eno song. Messenger. Okay. All right. Then yeah, I'm gonna get back to my little chat to myself. If I help people, I feel better about myself. If people help me, I feel better about other people. And this is how we should interact, by helping each other understand who we are and who they are, and be more interactive, but be more kind, caring, and loving. I'm waving my arms around a lot this morning. It's not semaphore, SOS and all that stuff and flags. No. Wow, 3 messenger notifications. You know what that means? No, I have no idea. I haven't looked at them yet, but I will. I have a new phone and I'm navigating around the slight changes in the topography of the phone because I had a smaller phone. It's similar, but I've now got a bigger phone, which of course is one of the ways we keep in touch with each other. So anybody wants to talk to me, they can. It's very easy to find my phone number. It's very easy to find my email. Just do so. And yeah. So back to my 3-letter thing, because I mean, I'm loving everything is being reduced to its, least understood, an acronym and all those things. It's like, it's just everything is being reduced. So IRL, in real life. Well, of course I'm in real life, but there's also another me, isn't there? And there's another me, and there's another me, and there's another me. Excuse me, coffee. We are all multifaceted, I think we're not quite so jagged when we come out. We're multifaceted, but we're not quite so jagged. And then we get sharper edges put on us and we become very multifaceted, like a diamond. And there's parts of us we try and keep to ourselves, but this digital self is impossible to hide, and nobody wants to hide it. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, what you want to do is use it as a form of communication, but then when you communicate with somebody your true feelings, and then you find out that somebody's saying this about you or that about you, you get offended. Well, it's like, you can't use it and then have it not be a thing. Okay, 1 second. Pausing for a slight break. There we go. Live streaming. Okay. Let's go back to the live chat. Okay. So the importance of familiarity. Okay, so a lot of people can say the importance of family. Yes, extended family, So it's familiarity. So it's people you know, so we have to extend that as best we can. But at the same time, do not get enveloped in other people's ideas of you, and that's here is my idea of me, right? This is my idea of me. I'm just open book, right? Well, no, there's a part of me that always will retain a certain amount of privacy, right? This is mine. I'm in this bigger family, but you can't just keep stripping me down until I'm nothing. It's not like peeling an onion, You're not going to get to the core of me by understanding everything about me by pulling me apart, because then I'm not me, am I? I'm many parts. So I've been talking about, being a multifaceted diamond. Yeah, during the course of our life, we get sharper edges. There are places where you go, no, that's too tender. You can't go there. And there were some moments yesterday where I was sharing my time with my daughter and their mom, and my oldest daughter and their mum. My oldest daughter is in her 20s, and she's very adult and very intelligent and loving and kind, which is all you can wish for in a child. So that's brilliant. But there were moments there where it was like, okay, that's a spiky place. That's a spiky place. And you start to recognize them. There are places where you don't want to trigger your own family into clamming up. And some people get very good at spotting that and, act accordingly. But others just seem to bludgeon on, don't they? They just seem to say, okay, well, I don't care. I'm just going to. So people say honesty is the best policy. If it's rawness you want, okay, let's do a jokey thing, because that's one of my securities when it gets too close to being the truth, right? So do a jokey thing to try and explain what I'm talking about. It's I don't know if some people just want you to admit you're guilty, right? Okay, I'm guilty. No, you got to mean you're guilty. What do you mean? I've got to mean I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I'm a human being. I'm guilty of everything you say, or that I am. That's fine. I'm okay. I can carry that. Look at these shoulders. I can carry all of that. That's okay. I don't mind being accused. The accused. But it's when you get sentenced. See, it's not the accusation, it's the sentencing. You are now sentenced to the sin bin. Well, I don't want to get too deep into somebody else's modus operandi, but there are certain people in my life that believe I'm, let's do the grander picture. In one of the religions that I've studied, we're all born sinners, right? That's automatically, you come into this world, you're a sinner. And it's like, well, that gives me a sense of guilt when I'm completely newborn. That can't be right. But then later in life, you get accused of things and you go, yeah, it's my fault. So you take on this mantle of, I'm responsible for all the evil in the world. What sort of religion would want you to follow that kind of path. And I know those people that are in that religion will nitpick and say, oh no, but it doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean that. So we all have different versions of that, but at the same time, guilt is not something a man should carry from birth. That is not what we are. And sin, I want to define what sin is, because if it's all the things that that teaching says is sinful, because you're born with the original sin, right? You're born with sin. You're all born sinners. It says so in their booklet. So each religion has a way of undermining your own contact with the greater good, God, Yahweh, whatever it is. So each religion is a control mechanism, but it does it in a way in which, well, I suppose they're right. I do have dark thoughts, you know. Everybody has dark thoughts. Everybody has light thoughts. We have to try and err towards the light. Come on, you know the deal. Are we really still stumbling around in the dark? Are humans ever going to evolve into anything that is remotely kind? Humankind? Mankind? Kind? So forgiveness is the first sign of kindness. So I'm sorry that you don't understand in the same way as I do. I do not want you to understand in the same way as I do, but I do want you to interact in a kind way. So we're back to what you do is who you are. So yesterday when I was running around helping, it's like I did sit and ponder if I was doing any good, any, like, whether I was helping the situation for the people I was helping, whether I was actually helping it, or whether I was actually just going along for the ride, just seeing what's going to develop. Well, of course, I'm seeing what's going to develop, but by interacting in a kind way, and trying to help. I mean, this is where we come to the three words that I really like about humans once they realize their true purpose. Is I love these three words: try, try, try. We have to try different things. We can't have the same things. I mean, I tried different foods and different tastes, different places to live in the world, different cultures. We have to try, 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 but we also have to try the experiences of being kinder to each other, because we haven't been. I mean, I'm sorry, but history has proven, my life, my experience, my history, all of that, history has proven that this doesn't settle anything. Come on, I can do it, but I don't want to. And when I say I don't want to, I'm not going to get into a fight. Now, I'll sit and debate and talk peacefully. Hopefully, there will be triggers that I put out, and there'll be triggers that I receive where I'll feel like, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually try to stay peaceful and kind and caring. Why not for them, but for me? My forgiveness is endless. Being forgiven, that's not up to me. That's somebody else, isn't it? That's an external force forgiving you. But you must forgive yourself and you must forgive others. But you don't expect anything in return. the expectation is always like, how much are you going to pay me for that? Oh, I spent all day yesterday doing something good. Well, here's $1 million. It's like, wow. It's like, no. Operating out of love. Anyway, that's about it for today. I'm glad I checked in because I didn't know that I was moving away from my center a little too much, my center of my being. It's cold this morning, but then I'm, sat around with not much clothing on. If you get the chance, watch a movie called Being There with Peter Sellers. It was his last movie. It was very, very good. But if we consider this cyclic life to be seasonal, it's you got to watch the movie. It's a lot of misunderstood meanings that end up being wise that aren't wise at first, But the wisdom of knowing that the seasons change, Father Time is coming, and Mother Earth provides us with everything. So our mother and father are very important. Our family and our familiarity, our familial. Everybody we interact with, it is our family. So treat it like it's your brother or your sister, your father or your mother, your son or your daughter. Treat it with kindness. Treat each other with kindness. Sometimes that might mean that you don't interact with them, but that's okay. Sometimes the kindest thing is to not say anything, not do anything, but to just gently walk away. Sometimes that's it. That is the kindness that person might need, but that has to be a really thought out thing. You can't just go, yeah, well, that beggar on the side of the road, yeah, he's just going to spend it on drugs. Well, so what? So fucking what? If someone's in a desperate state, they need help, and you need to help them. But not so as it harms you, takes you out of the equation. You see, what happens is you involve yourself in theirs and their desperation, and you get into a despaired state yourself. I mean, I've witnessed this so many times in myself and also in others. But the kindness, the act of kindness, is the intentional act of kindness. But you have to know what you're capable of. Who are you? Who am I? What am I? Who am I? Why am I? Where am I? All of these things are how you find out what you're capable of. Pushed myself a little bit too much yesterday. I'm okay though. I realized at a certain point, and I went quiet, stayed within myself, did my job. That's all we can all do, but our job has to be carefully chosen from our understanding of kindness. I know people go to work and they get treated like shit, and they go home and they complain about work, and then they turn off the mind, and then they go back to work the next day and they get treated like shit, and they keep doing this. And I'm like, whoa, you got to break that up, cycle, get out of that. But I'm not telling everybody to viva la revolution and everybody go on strike. I'm saying find what it is that you can sustain and what sustains you in a world where you're not really truly in control of anybody at all except yourself. And then you'll end up working for yourself, and then understanding that work is play, and play itself is so enjoyable. Life is enjoyable. Okay, try not to be a burden to yourself. Okay. All right. I love you. I'm going to move on. Got lots to do today. Love, love, love. Cheers then. Love and peace. Be kind today. Kind, kind, kind.